Hello, hello. I am Bridget Rowe. I am energy. I am powerful, and I am who I say I am. The purpose of this video today is to talk about losing your mind. And this video is really heartfelt to me because this has been something that I've been working on for myself and my physical reality. So I am not an exception to this. I'm going to go ahead and just get started, and those that enter in later could watch the video later. I have some notes here on my desk that I'll be looking at because I want to make sure that I talk about everything on my notes, my little bullet points. I got a new camera, y'all. I feel so excited about that. Hopefully the quality will show up a little bit better. It looks good. So like I said, I'm going to jump right into this here. Losing your mind. And when I'm talking about losing your mind, I'm talking about losing the analytical side of you, that questioning side of you, that doubt, those thoughts that penetrate throughout your mind throughout the whole entire day. That is the part of the mind that I'm talking about losing. That is the part of the mind I'm talking about throw away now. And I'm saying this because I can see this in me. Like I said, I'm not exempt from this. I can see this in people that I consult with. I can see this in people that I know. And it's so obvious when you begin to pay attention to it, and it can bring so many blessings, so much of peace and a greater quality of life to you if you could pay attention to what I'm saying to you today, because it is so important for us all. You know, I often tell you all that we are energy, and we are. The larger part of us is energy. About 99.99999 is energy. And so the physical essence of us is only the 0.00001 physical. You are not the body, you are energy, and your energy matters even with your thoughts. So if you could hear this message today, maybe you won't get it at its full capacity today, but maybe later in your life you could play it back and say, okay, now I see. Now I see that maybe I was my own stumbling block in my physical reality, because all things are mental. The mental energy of all things, it exists in all things. So it has to exist in my thoughts. So I must have been creating my reality in a way that I didn't really want to. But listening today, you could figure out the way to change that and create the very reality that you do want. So first of all, why? Why change? First, you know, when you tell somebody that it's time to change something about themselves, they run away. They don't want to hear nothing about changing, but they'll even say about, like, if you know somebody that maybe made it or became famous or became successful or got out the hood or whatever the situation, people will tell that person, oh, you changed. Yes, they changed. And that shouldn't be something that you look down on somebody for doing. You want people to change. You want to one day change, because in this physical reality, it's like, what are you becoming? If you are not changing, you are staying on the same frequency, your energy, you're supposed to change. So that's why I'm telling you about losing your mind in an effort to change. Change the way you look at things so the things that you're looking at can begin to change. Because believe it or not, we have a lot of people in the physical reality walking around like zombies. They're on zombie mode because they're always looking back, thinking in their head about the past, not creating a good future or a present, because their mind is on the fact that daddy left me. Those of you that got my book, you know my story. My story is my father left me. But I had to change and stop thinking about that in order for my life to change. Even in my book, when I talked about how I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin in my journey, I had to change the way that I was looking at my past, the things that I felt, the way that I felt about food, in order to gain a better quality of health and wellness for myself. I had to change. So it's not a bad thing when people change. That maybe they wanted peace in their physical reality. Maybe they wanted abundance. Maybe they wanted wellness. We're supposed to be changing is what I'm saying. Because in a moment in your life, it should be a moment where you are tired of telling the same damn story. They have some people, every time you talk to them, they say, girl, look, let me tell you this story. Let me tell you what happened to me. And they always regurgitate something that came in their life from the past or something that's full of drama. And those people very seldom come to you and tell you what they aspire to be in life and what makes them happy and what feels good right now. They don't talk about that, but they always talking about that past. Well, in 1952, I didn't like how my kindergarten teacher looked at me because I was on the third row. They remember all kind of dumb stuff about it. What row they sat on, what they had on, how their mama combed their hair. They get in so much of detail about the past that they're regurgitating and they're repeating it. And the universe is constantly giving them the past all over again, but just with different characters. This is why you change. Because you should be tired at a moment in your life of experiencing the same thing over and over. Whew. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm passionate about the things that I be saying. I'm passionate about it because I go through it as I speak it. And it becomes an aha moment even in my physical reality. So how you begin to change is by stop thinking in the past. Just stop. In my journey, I used to listen to this lady, and she used to always say, you create your own reality. Don't think about that. Just think about the things that feel good. And I'll be honest with you all, I started off my journey trying that. And I wrote about this in my book also, trying to just feel good. But I realized I fell short of that because I needed to know the in-betweens. I needed a stepping stone to get to the feel good because it just wasn't working that way for me just by thought alone. And so my step as far as health and wellness was that I was going to use the food. The food was going to be the filler for me. And so when I didn't feel so well, I would say, well, these strawberries are giving nourishment, and I'm thankful for these strawberries because they're giving me all the vitamins and minerals that my body needs. And I'm showing gratitude for my food. I bless my food, and my food is blessing me. So that was my step, the in-between, by changing the way that I was eating. Because I couldn't just sit there and just start acting like, okay, I'm well, okay. I couldn't do it. I'm just being honest with you because my body was fighting me. My body in between wanted a pork chop, wanted some shrimp and red beans and rice and all of the other things that I was eating at the time. My body remembered that. But now I better understand because I've been through so many things. I better understand the body because now I know myself. And I also know to be true that when I was going through that moment, my body had got so used to being in the default setting that it was, so used to the chemicals that was being released in my stressful mode, in my sick mode. My body felt as if that was the norm. And so when I began to change things, it was like my body, which had took over me because I was in zombie mode at the moment, my body sent a signal to my brain and said, you need to just give up. This is not going to work for you. You're sick, you're just sick. You're just going to die. You see, that's the crazy thing that I didn't understand at that moment is that our body could send messages to us to stay in the same, because it's so used to that same chemical release that's going on in it. It's so used to that balance. The body thinks that that is normal. And it's so used to not using the mind that the body then took over and said, look, we going to do what we want to do. You've been a zombie all this time. We going to think what we want to think. It's not time for you to change no diet. Stop that. Cut that out. And so you got to get strong within your own self to fight those demons that live inside of you, those demons that you ultimately created. This is how you stop it, because you'll become aware of it. You know, in the biblical text, it says, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. This is why, because we get into zombie mode. And that flesh is just so weak. That flesh is so weak. And you have checked out. We're programmed by everything. We get checked out. It's time to get up and go to work. I'm going to work. I'm clocking in. I'm sitting down. I'm working. It's time to get off. Go to the car. Go home. Drive into the garage. It's zombie mode, and sometimes we don't realize that we all in the zombie mode. And all the while, all day long, all we was doing was thinking about the past. Tomorrow I have to do this again. This is my life. This is me. And then when we doze off into our thoughts, all we thinking about is the past. Oh, I remember when I was hurt. We got to begin to ask ourselves, what the hell you thinking that stupid stuff for? When you gonna stop doing that? Do you realize that you're creating your reality to be the same, and the same, and the same, and the same? This is the self-talk. You have to be aware that we do this. And the awareness is like the first step in it. And after you're aware of it, you tell yourself to stop it. And you take over the body again. You press Alt, Control, Delete, go into the task manager, and end that program that's just running. And constantly have you looking back to the old you. Because you don't evolve that way. Not financially, not emotionally, not spiritually, not mentally, and all things are mental. And so you're putting out an electromagnetic field of energy with these thoughts and these feelings. You know how I tell you all, I share with you all how the man is the electric and the woman is magnetic, and the woman has that comeback. Okay, well, look, think about this here. We're talking about us today. We're talking about the oneness of the physical reality of you and creating your reality. Your thoughts, look at it as if it is the electro. Your feelings is the magnetic, the woman, the feminine energy, which has the comeback. So together, this is your electromagnetic field of energy through thought and feeling. And you are allowing experiences to come back based upon what you're thinking and what you're feeling. So what do you want to come back? That old shit that you've been living for 30, 40, 50 years? You keep getting that old stuff right back over and over because you're thinking about it and you're feeling it. You're rehearsing it. Oh, and it hurt. And it hurt real bad when I got molested. And it hurt real bad when he left me. And it hurt real bad when I'm alone. And I'm going to just keep thinking about it over and over again. And I'm going to tell everybody that I meet that it hurt real bad. And what are you going to get? Some more hurt real bad. But if you begin to think about the things that you want, and you start feeling how good it would feel to be at peace. And every time a stupid thought or a past thought comes to mind, get out of here. Matter of fact, tomorrow I'm going to pay attention to how many times I call myself stupid. How many times I remind myself that it hurt real bad. And every time I think that on tomorrow, I'm going to tell myself, Bridget, stop it. Bridget, chill out, because that happened 40 years ago. And instead of thinking about past stuff, I'm going to start thinking and feeling the things that I want to show up. Because see, your mind doesn't know the difference between whether this thing happened already or is it something that you want to happen. The brain doesn't know that. So the brain is just going to just deliver what you're thinking and feeling. It don't know if it happened. If it knew, it wouldn't allow all these 40 years of it reoccurring in your life. It does not know. So ultimately, if you do this and you think about the things that you want, and you remind yourself to get out of that head, because that head is like this record room. It just store old kind of experiences. And if it's old bad experiences, you're going to keep repeating it with different people, different characters. This is how you lose your mind. That old raggedy ass mind that got you still in the same financial rut. Because like I said, we are 99.99999 energy. Well, what are you doing with your energy? Focusing on the physical? The physical of the lack right now? We spend so much time focusing on the little physical, because the ego done got into the physical, that we really think that 0.00001 means something. Oh, because we a mama. And we're a CEO, and we have a car, and we got this and we got that, and we done boosted up the little physical. But no, the physical is not it. It is the mental. That's where all the energy is. The 99.9999, and that is what you are to the core of you. This is why I say you are energy. You are powerful. And you are who you say you are. We should be ye not conformed to this world, but we must be transformed by the renewing of our minds. So I just wanted to share that with you all, and be blessed. All right, Jarian, I appreciate you being here. Goodbye.